On February 6th, a series of violent sequential earthquakes rocked the Turkish-Syrian border, the first and most intense of which was a 7.8 magnitude quake. This area hasn't experienced an earthquake in a long time. They're estimating centuries worth of damages, which will be followed by aftershocks throughout the region. Then in the afternoon, a second 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck, followed by its own sequence of aftershocks, awakening more human and economic disaster. Thousands of individuals have been confirmed dead, with many more still missing. It's not the first time this region has been hit by a powerful earthquake, and it won't be the last, which is why we need to delve beyond the surface and know what caused this earthquake and what possible steps to take if you are around that area. Welcome to Brownie Tale. This channel was created with the intention of providing concise, informative, educational, and hopefully entertaining content about historical people, places, and live events. We hope your stay with us is enjoyable. Feel free to subscribe, like, and drop your comments on this video as we expand on the tragedy that occurred in Turkey. Under the surface of this affected area, 3 tectonic plates converge, making it vulnerable as they produce a unique and more destructive form of earthquake. The town is particularly susceptible because it sits near the intersection of 2 tectonic plates. Tectonic plates are enormous slabs of rock on the Earth's crust that range in thickness from 10 miles to 160 miles and are constantly moving slowly. Most earthquakes occur when the Earth is divided into numerous huge plates that move around each other. Between those plates is the Anatolia tectonic plate, which is a microplate due to its size. This plate is continually under pressure owing to the Arabian plate pressing upward against the Eurasian plate. The pressure is squeezing the Anatolian plate westward, where it faces even more friction from the African plate, which is also moving upward. The Anatolian microplate is caught in a vise between the Arabian plate and the Arabian plate. Moving to the north against the Eurasian plate, the small plate is being pushed aside as a result of that motion. This means that the boundaries between the Anatolian plate and the African and Arabian plates are attempting to collide as Anatolian moves west and African and Arabian move east. These borders are called strike-slip faults, and when the friction builds up between the plates, as they push in different directions until it's too much, they slip. That one is called a strike-slip earthquake. This strain will accumulate until it ruptures, releasing all of the accumulated strain. This is what happened in Gaziantep, resulting in that 7.8 magnitude earthquake. USGS estimates that the strike-slip occurred along around 100 miles of the fault, which is about 20 miles shorter than most strike-slip earthquakes. These are major earthquakes for this fault system, and the strain is most likely the result of 300 to 500 years of buildup. This had been accumulating since the last earthquake. The energy, according to experts, released in that slide was equivalent to that emitted during the blast at Mount St. Helens during the 1980 volcanic eruption. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake occurred 9 hours later in the Kano Zoo. More than 275 aftershocks have followed both quakes. The USGS describes the region as tectonically active and unstable. This region is certainly one of the most complicated parts of the world because there are 4 different plates interacting. So it becomes a region with very complex tectonics. Those complex tectonics are responsible for a long history of devastating earthquakes like this one from 1966 that killed over 2,000 people in villages and left 19 provinces almost totally destroyed. The 600-mile North Anatolian Fault produced 7 large strike-slip earthquakes from 1939 to 1999. And 3 earthquakes of magnitude 6 or larger have occurred within 155 miles of Monday's earthquakes since 1970. But there hasn't been a large earthquake since 1999. And because this region hasn't seen a large earthquake for a while, it was overdue. That 1999 earthquake had a magnitude of 7.4 and caused an estimated 17,000 deaths. For the time being, the USGS estimates that economic losses could total billions of dollars. The biggest thing is the destruction of life. It's going to take them years to recover, but will there be more disruption? A third group of experts is unsure if the 2 earthquakes will spark. It may put extra strain on some of the nearby folds, or it may relieve some of the strain on the nearby faults. So, it'll take some time to figure out whether further earthquakes are more or less likely in this region. But due to the 3-plate convergence, it's not a question of if there will be another earthquake. It's a question of when. When a large earthquake occurs close to you, you may only have 10 or 15 seconds to prepare. Prepare yourself with emergency plans and supplies. Keep in mind the earthquake survival guidelines of drop, cover, and hang on. Drop to the ground. Gather your emergency supplies. Cover. Go below your dining table or desk. If there isn't a table or desk nearby, cover your face and head with your arms and crouch in a building corner. Hang on tight. Remain indoors and still until the shaking stops. According to research, the majority of injuries occur when individuals within buildings seek to relocate to a different place within the structure or attempt to escape. What you do before the earthquake may have the greatest influence on your actual survival. If you're outside, stay away from structures that might fall. Remain in an open location, such as a field with no trees, buildings, or electricity wires. If you're traveling and an earthquake occurs, pull over to a big open place away from trees and electricity lines. Stay in your vehicle. During an earthquake, avoid driving since roads and bridges may collapse. If you're at school, work, or any other location with an elevator and the shaking has ceased, don't take the elevator when you leave. Take the stairwell. These are a few tips that will serve to increase your awareness and safety. This is all we have for you on this channel today. We extend our condolences to those affected and remember to stay safe. We'll see you on our next video.